Welcome back. We are getting some breaking news on the government's economic action plan. Sources have told CNN News 18 that the government is working on a big economic revival strategy, which was discussed at the GOM meeting chaired by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. Home Minister Amit Shah, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and Railways Minister Piyush Goyal were part of the meeting. Sources say out-of-the-box strategies were discussed for the economic revival. Recommendations will be submitted to the Prime Minister. We're joined by Maria Shakil, CNN News 18 political editor. Maria, what does out-of-the-box strategies entail?
Yes, Ashman, so that has been asked to the various ministers as to they have to come up with some ideas that can be implemented in the next few months, that has to be planned by various ministries. Remember, the government has already announced the Atmanirbhar Bharat package of 20 lakh crores. And the contours of that package was announced in detail by Nirmala Sitharaman as to what is the package for the MSMEs, for the farmers, or various sectors for their revival. So the government is looking at it, but over the next few weeks we'll be seeing this GOM that was chaired by Rajnath Singh meet again repeatedly, because the government understands that this could be an opportunity in this crisis, and that's, remember, the Prime Minister's mantra as he has communicated to various ministers, that they should be looking at ways and as to how the companies that are moving out of China can start looking at India as an investment destination.
Thank you for that update, Maria. Now, clearly with divisions over flight operations, we can hope for a more streamlined approach from the centre and the state. Moving on, for the second consecutive day, COVID-19 cases are seeing a record single-day spikes. India has registered over 6,600 cases and 137 deaths in the last 24 hours, taking the total COVID count to 1.25 lakh. The death toll is now more than 3,700. Maharashtra continues to be the epicenter of the outbreak, registering more than 47,000 cases, with Mumbai alone accounting for over 28,000 cases. Tamil Nadu comes in a close second with the maximum cases in Chennai, followed by Gujarat and Delhi, where cases continue to spike.
Yes, 47,190 cases across the state. The total death tally is 1,577. Of this, Mumbai alone, as usual, continues to bear the maximum number of cases. Mumbai today stands at 28,817. The total deaths at 949. In the last 24 hours, there have been 60 deaths in Maharashtra. Of them, 40 have been reported from Mumbai alone. And what is interesting is the kind of data that this has thrown up. 7 of these 60 deaths are under the age of 40. What is also interesting is that 60%, it's only 60% of these deceased who have comorbidities. Apart from them, the 40% deaths have no comorbidities whatsoever. There are 24 and between the 40 to 60 age group. The whole numbers actually are quite staggering. Maharashtra has till now conducted over 3.5 lakh tests. Of them, 47,000 have been positive. At present, there are over 5 lakh people in Maharashtra who are under quarantine, at least 35,000 of them in an institutional quarantine. There are 13,000 full recoveries.
We're joined by Sanjay Kumar from Patna and Stacey Pereira from Bengaluru. If you look at Bihar has over 2,100 cases, 629 recoveries and 11 deaths. Sanjay, I'll come to you first. बिहार कहीं मैप पे नहीं था, अब क्लियरली माइग्रेंट मूवमेंट की वजह से स्पाइक हुआ है. क्या सरकार फ्लाइट्स रीस्टार्ट करने के पक्ष में है?
देखिए, निश्चित तौर पर आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा. जो माइग्रेंट लेबर हैं, उनके आने की वजह से बिहार में जो आंकड़ा जो है वो लगातार बढ़ रहा है. कोविड-19 के अब तक जितने केसेस आए हैं उनमें आधे से अधिक जो प्रवासी मजदूर हैं उनके आंकड़े हैं. और आपने 11 की बात कही, मैं अपडेट कर दूं, 12 लोगों की मौत हो गई है बिहार में. पीएमसीएच में कल शाम रात में एक शख्स की मौत हुई है जो कि सारण जिले के मरौरा का रहने वाला था. 48 साल का ये युवक था जो पहले निमोनिया से ग्रसित था और बाद में कोविड-19 की वजह से उसकी मौत हो गई. तो लगातार ये चिंता की बात है. अब बिहार सरकार ने कई स्ट्रेटजी अपनाई है. जो जांच का बिहार में जैसे उसको बढ़ाने की बात कही जा रही है, 5,000 तक प्रतिदिन जांच हो, इसकी व्यवस्था सुनिश्चित की जा रही है. सबसे बड़ी बात यही है कि जिस तरीके से अब कोविड-19 ने बिहार में प्रकोप अपना फैलाना शुरू किया है, वैसे में बिहार सरकार ने अब एहतियात बरतने के लिए कई तरह के गाइडलाइन जरूर जारी किए हैं, लेकिन अब धीरे धीरे जिंदगी जो है वो सामान्य होने लगी है. और शायद सरकार ने भी यह मान लिया है कि अब बिहार के लोगों को कम से कम कोविड-19 के माहौल में ही जीना पड़ेगा. लिहाजा कई तरह के इंस्ट्रक्शंस जारी किए गए हैं. मसलन आपको मास्क पहनना हर हाल में अनिवार्य है, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग बनाए रखना है, तमाम जो इंस्ट्रक्शंस हैं वो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की तरफ से जारी किए जा रहे हैं। दुकानें करीब करीब अल्टरनेट डे पे खुलने लगी हैं, लेकिन जो वाकई में जो डेटा है, जो आंकड़ा है, वह चिंताजनक है। जिस तरीके से बिहार अब टॉप 10 में पहुंच गया है और जो रिकवरी रेट है पहले 52% था, जो केंद्र का जो रिकवरी रेट था उससे घटकर अब 30% आ गया। जो पहले लोग 11-12 दिन में ठीक हो जाते थे, अब 15 से 16 दिन में वो रिकवर कर पा रहे हैं। तो निश्चित तौर पर बिहार के जो हालात हैं वो चिंताजनक है और सरकार अपनी तरफ से भरसक कोशिश कर रही है कि हालात से निपटा जा सके। जी,
Thank you for that update, Sanjay. Stacey, I'll come to you. Stacey is reporting from Bengaluru, where now Karnataka is seeing its first complete curfew Sunday. Stacey, take us through the guidelines on the ground.
Well, absolutely. In fact, this was a decision taken when there were those relaxations for lockdown 4.0 that came into place. The government has said that, on Sundays they're going to maintain complete curfew, which is going to be similar to the Janta curfew that, we started this whole lockdown process with way back in March. So every Sunday going forward, at least till the 31st of May, which would include 2 Sundays, the government here wants people to stay indoors as much as possible. This means that there won't even be BMTC buses. Remember, buses and public transport was also a relaxation given in a lockdown 4.0, but on Sundays, you're not going to see them ply on the streets. Now, besides that, yes, there are preparations also underway at the airport here, the Kempe Gowda International Airport here in Bengaluru, to see passengers coming in. Well, we do not know details of which flights. What the government has put in place is the standard operating procedure. Now, we know that people coming in from high-risk states, that of Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Delhi, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, will have to go into a 7-day institutional quarantine. This will be paid for by the travelers themselves, post which they will be tested between the 5th and 7th day, and then if their tests come out negative, they go into a 7-day home quarantine. Now, this is for the high-risk states, whereas the other states, people traveling from other states coming into Karnataka, they'll have to go into a 14-day home quarantine for compulsory home quarantine. Now, besides this, you also have exceptions that have been made to the rules, especially people who are traveling for businesses. Well, they will have to produce a negative COVID-19 test, which was not taken 2 days before they could have traveled. So that is something, if they manage to produce a test result that shows them negative just 2 days prior to their travel, that will also let them skip that institutional quarantine period that is being mandated. So those are the kind of guidelines that are being put in place by the Karnataka government. But yes, today being that first Sunday, it is also being observed as a complete lockdown here in Bengaluru as well as across the state here in Karnataka.
Thank you for that update, Stacey. Now you can catch all those stories on news18.com. I will see you at 9 a.m. with all